Hey, what's up, guys? Another thing that I do want to touch on, we just had the Club World Cup action. It was Mamelodi Sundowns going up against Dortmund, and Dortmund win that one 4-3. Interesting game with a lot of loads of goals. For the neutral, it was great to watch, I guess. But we got to talk about the elephant in the room. Yeah, the elephant in the room. Something happened in today's game. What happened in today's game, Shakes? What happened was I kind of wondered, right? And I sat back. Themba Zwane stayed on longer than he should have stayed on. And everybody's watching the game. Like, everybody could see it, Everybody could see it, and it's no lies. Obviously, Themba Zwane is in his mid-30s. He's getting on. And yeah, and you could see, obviously, the heat is like, it's hot, it's humid, and, it's a high-level game and all that stuff. When he didn't come off, and I was really surprised because at the time Themba Zwane comes off and he's putting on Jaden Adams and he's putting Jaden Adams in the six, and you're just like, wait a second, man, hold on a minute. If Jaden Adams is gonna come on, possibly the sub you should be making is the Themba Zwane sub. So I'm kind of wondering why he didn't make that sub, because we can almost see the game. And then when you look in hindsight, it being a 4-3, you're sort of thinking to yourself, wow, could have Sundowns potentially have won this game? Could have Sundowns potentially have walked out with a draw with this game? Given the subs that were made, we'll never know. That's for sure. And the reason I also bring this up is because I saw this tweet from Skepe, right? And I couldn't help feel that, like, I hope it's not that. Like, I really hope it's not that. The tweet read like, this is the Themba Zwane you guys wanted, right? Here he is. And you're just like, I hope he was not trying to prove a point with regards to the whole Themba Zwane thing, because at the time when he was playing the Champions League final, when people were asking for Themba Zwane to sort of come on and make a difference, he didn't necessarily use Themba Zwane, right? And obviously there was a bit of noise that was made about that and a whole lot of pressure that was made about that. Now all of a sudden we go into Club World Cup action where you would argue that the games of this level are higher than what the Champions League final would be. Suddenly Themba Zwane is playing more minutes. Suddenly Themba Zwane is starting games, and you're just like, okay, so is it the pressure that came from the fans? And then in today's game, you sort of ask the question, a win could have probably been had, but then having to leave Themba Zwane on, I just felt like, I don't know if that was sort of the right decision. I don't know if it was the right decision. So I'm hoping there's big decisions that Miguel Cardoso is going to have to make. There's no lies. I mean, Themba Zwane can definitely contribute. It's obviously how long does he contribute within a game? And also, as well as... it's Fluminense next. He has to try win that game. Like, he has to try win that one. So in terms of the decisions that are going to be made next, like, you got to make decisions that are going to try win your football games. And you are still within this. You still can get some points to get out and go into the knockout stages. So it's going to be very interesting what he does. But it was very curious to watch today, to be like, why is he not taking Themba Zwane off? It's very clear that he's not effective anymore. And then you take off the Mokwane and you just like, you sacrificing that six for Jaden Adams, and Jaden Adams usually play there, but like, and you leaving Themba Zwane on that long, and then Lukaku comes on, he makes the difference. You're like, why didn't he come on much earlier? We all can see it on the TV. So that's the question I have. But besides that, yeah. Please like, subscribe, comment. I read all of them. I appreciate everybody's support.